Hi everyone, this is Sarah with Divine Love Healing. I hope you are doing well. I felt called to come on here today and do a special video. This is about reigniting your passion and purpose. And although the title of this video is geared more towards feminine energy, because that's predominantly the vast majority of my audience. Keep in mind, we all have masculine and feminine energies within us. So regardless of your gender or how you identify yourself, there could be messages here that help you if you're feeling stuck, stagnant, kind of just lost or not really understanding why things are happening a certain way or why things are not happening a certain way. So what we're going to focus on today is the lower chakras, so the root chakra, the sacral chakra, and the solar plexus. Specifically, I think this is geared more towards the sacral. That's why I have this orange candle lit here. But I just want to, tap in and with the collective and just see what messages Spirit has for you today, what insight, what guidance, to kind of, help just reignite that spark. I don't know about you all, but I felt so much stagnancy. During the spring months, during the summer months, I started getting a little bit, fire lit in me during Leo season, as we often do. But then there was just kind of this void, especially with that Aquarius full moon that we had in August. There was just, I don't know, I was feeling this just angst and a lot of just, where am I heading, with every aspect of my life. And now all of a sudden, right, these doors are opening, opportunities are coming in. And so from my standpoint, and we'll see what comes out obviously with the cards, but for me it's really just been connecting with my authentic self, not trying to force or take certain measures or steps with my business that, I need to get likes or this might generate revenue. Once I went back to the basics and I thought, you know what, I don't have to try to be someone I'm not. I don't want to be someone I'm not. And I turned the focus back on service and why I love doing these things versus trying to create TikTok videos or things that just don't feel authentic to me and that I don't really identify with. And I don't enjoy it. I have noticed an influx in people commenting on my posts, people interacting with me, and now opportunities coming in. And I can tell you, if you're feeling stuck and you're feeling stagnant, you may just feel like you're spinning your wheels. I know myself a year ago, I was preparing to quit my job. And this time last year, I was getting my logo in place. I was getting my website up and running. And so then when I quit my job in November, I thought December, I put all these, specials out, for Christmas. I thought this is a perfect time for people to want to buy decks or just unique Christmas gifts or want readings or gift certificates. I had not a single sale, not a single client, nothing happened. And I was just so frustrated. I thought, why am I being pushed by the universe to do all these things? I felt this call, like I've got to get my website going. I've got to get my logo going. I'm quitting my job. I'm ready. It's time, right? But what was needed for me at the time during that month I took off was to rest and heal and just really just decompress, right? So now fast forward almost a year later, I'm having doors open and opportunities come in. So stay tuned. I'm going to be, making some announcements about those things that are coming. But, this brand that I'm going to be partnering with, one of the first things that they asked for was my logo and my website. And I thought, oh, yeah, now it makes sense. That's why I wouldn't have been able to get it ready. It took months, right? So just keep in mind, in general, I think what I wanted to share just from my experience and why I'm sharing my story is that, you may have planted seeds a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. They're just now coming to fruition. So don't think that just because you put all this work and effort into something and you're not seeing the results yet, doesn't mean that it was a waste. Not at all. There's the divine timing, our favorite topic, right? there's the divine timing, and there is, you know, a greater purpose, and that at some point there's going to be this light bulb, like, oh, okay, that's why I had to have this ready. That's why I you know, did this at that time, or that's why this door didn't open, right? I've had that too, where I was so frustrated. I'm telling you, I wanted to get myself out there for summer festivals. I wanted to do readings. um, there's this Out on Fifth program down in the Oregon district here in Dayton. I was all slated, you know, to be able to do it last year, but I was just too busy with my day job. So I was like, well, now I'm not. So I've got time. And then they didn't get back to me. And then there was a couple other events that I commented for fall that I wanted to do, and nobody got back to me. And I just thought, what the heck, right? What am I doing wrong? Well, guess what? You know, those doors didn't open because these other ones were coming down the pipeline that are even better and more exciting. So don't get discouraged. That's just generally where, you know, why I felt called to come in and do this empowerment reading, just to help you understand that things may not be happening for a reason right now. So the focus of this reading, again, is going to be on the lower chakras. That tends to be, you know, our root, our stability, our finances, our career, our passion, our creativity, our confidence, and our power. So the intention of this reading is really to focus more on, you know, if you're trying to make career changes, if you're trying to figure out your divine life purpose, you know, just feeling stagnant in general with where your life is headed. It's not intended to be a romantic type reading, but, you know, again, whatever messages come out, they may come out. So just to give you guys a heads up, again, I'm just going to go with the flow here. So without further ado, I'm going to start. I'll put all the decks that I'm using down below. I have taken, this is the Chakra Wisdom. I think it's the Chakra Wisdom Tarot. I've taken all of the lower chakra cards out, okay, and separated them from the upper chakras. So we're just focusing on the lower chakras today. So we're just going to kind of get an overview just for the collective about kind of why, you know, where things are stuck, where they're stagnant, what's going on with this. Okay. Sorry if you guys are hearing any kind of weird noises there. My tablet is, I don't know, there's some kind of notification. I have no idea how I turned it on, but it's so annoying. Okay. So here's what we've got. We've got lots of solar plexus here. So I feel like for some of you, there's been either a relationship that needs to end. Here I am talking, there wasn't going to be relationship issues, right? But that's a part of who we are, right? That's a part of our passion and our desires, right? But we had the Two of Cups in the past. That's tied to the sacral chakra. That's the sacred partnership. So there's either a relationship that has ended or needs to end, or you are starting to move away from the idea that you need that relationship anymore, right? So, you know, if you identify yourself as a divine feminine and you've been on the spiritual path, you know, for several years, like I have, you know, in the beginning, at least in my case, you know, it was like, oh, I've awakened because I'm supposed to, you know, unite with my twin flame, and we're going to be in mission together, and this is the reason for all of this, right? But I feel like this is a cycle that you've kept yourself stuck in for a long time, thinking that you need a partner to accomplish the things that you're supposed to be doing, that, you know, you're in mission together, or that you need a partner to be happy and to feel passionate and to feel alive. And I think you know, many in the collective have been stuck in that mindset. What's interesting, the first card that came out is the World, Major Arcana. It's the only card in this deck that encompasses all the chakras. So it's like coming full circle, literally, like the awakening of yourself, embracing yourself. And oh my gosh, you guys, look at this. I have chills. This is a woman, she's in a wedding dress. She's in a wedding dress, and it's like her crown chakra is exploding. It's like what I was saying, like where you may have been awakened by, somebody that you considered, a past life, soul connection, a twin flame, something like that. And here you are. I mean, her face, she looks extremely frustrated, standing there waiting, like, when's he going to show up? When is this partnership going to show up? And so you very much are stuck in your head. You've got the 8 of Swords here. Not moving forward, staying stuck, staying stagnant, and just repeating the same patterns, waiting for this person to show up and commit to you. Or if you are in a relationship already, just staying stuck and being afraid to move on your own, right? Feeling like you have to stay in this situation. But what I'm getting now, the energy has shifted dramatically. I think since Leo season, but now I'm getting to, especially this new month that we're entering, which is September, which is the 9th month. 9s are about self-love. They're numbers of solitude, and you guys, you can't make this stuff up because we have the Hermit here, and I'll get to that in a moment. But I feel like, you're finally ready to walk away. 8 of Cups is walking away from the things that no longer serve. Choosing yourself, choosing to create your own solid foundation. This card is a root chakra. So it's like, scary as hell. But one of the things that, can keep us stuck more than anything is our fear of change, and our fear of the unknown, and our fear of being alone. And so there's this need to find this power within yourself to know that you have the ability to manifest and, forge a new path that doesn't have to be centered and tied around, being in a sacred union with someone else, being in any type of relationship with anyone else. So we've got the 2 of Wands here. This is tied to the sacral chakra, but it's like taking that desire that you have in you, the desire that you have for, whatever it is, the desire to, pursue your dreams, and or to to ultimately, and it's okay too if you do want to ultimately have a sacred union with somebody, but it's having that knowing that you don't need it to be whole, right? And it's that knowing too that you don't have to keep yourself chained to one specific person, right? It's like, that mirror self that, oh, well, like, I'm going to keep letting them, stab me in the back because they're my twin or they're this. It's about closing that cycle out and moving forward. And I feel like so many of the divine feminines have said enough. I'm choosing myself. And that's where we have the action forward as the Hermit. Isn't this so beautiful? This is a major arcana. It is number 9. And she's going to forge her own path. And she's confident enough in herself and believes in herself enough to know that the 2 of Wands, right, I was saying, that's where it's like this desire. You've got this desire to forge this new life, but maybe you're not quite sure. You're like thinking about it, where, it's this desire that's building, but then the 3 of Wands comes next. That's when you actually take the action and pick up that wand and you forge ahead, you grow, you expand, explore your horizons. You actually take that leap towards what it is that you want. And what we have here, we have the 10 of Cups and the 3 of Cups coming after that. The 10 of Cups is the ultimate happiness. It can be viewed, this is the relationship, the ultimate happy relationship, and 3 of Cups can be a wedding and a celebration. But this is also just, in my mind, setting the intentions for what it is that you want, and then celebrating and living in the moment until it arrives, right? This is, 3 women in their power. This is finding community, connection, community, and, you know, not focusing, not keeping yourself tied to that outcome, which is an absolutely beautiful place to be. So what we have as the outcome, this is kind of just general where the energy's heading, is the Tower. And so, which I know we don't like that card. But what's interesting to me, I actually see this as a very positive card in this deck, because this is so interesting, guys. This literally looks like the exact same woman. You can't make this stuff up. This looks like the exact same woman, one of these women that's in this three of cups. See? But what's interesting to me here, the Tower, it's like divine intervention coming in. To me, it can be epiphanies and clarity. And what I love about this is that the devil, she's like emerging from the ashes. The devil is literally falling out of the Tower. The divine intervention comes in, and notice how the crown is like kicked off and it's like flying out. It's almost like, you know, the more you are embracing, right, your own energy, the Hermit, and you're setting intentions for the life you want and pursuing it, in your balanced energy, because we have 2 3s here. We have the 3 of Cups and the 3 of Wands. Getting out there again, meeting like-minded individuals. It doesn't have to all be women, but just finding joy in your creativity. It could be, me in particular. I've found a beautiful group of women, at the gym, and we support each other and uplift each other. So, and that's a good outlet for your power, for your creative energy and that fire, just to work it out, and it's good for your health. But it could be, spiritual communities, just, finding volunteering, anything like that. But it's like the more that you just embrace being in your own energy and pursuing the things that make you want to celebrate, right? The more you're going to realize, I feel, why something didn't happen, in a certain context. It's like divine intervention came in. How does that saying go? Doesn't it say, God's, something like rejection is God's protection or something like that? It's like something didn't work out because it was like, this is what the energy, right? There's that going on here. And I also feel like this is that fear. It's like you're breaking free from the fear of walking away from either the fantasy that you thought you had to have, right? It's like burning down that foundation to be like, oh, I'm going to have, this relationship with this specific person. And, it's finally breaking through that, like, this isn't what you're supposed to be doing. You're rising above it. You're better than that. It could be too, if you had to actually leave a relationship, right? That the Tower is about our foundation being shaken. And so it's like either something not happening or something, you're moving past that. And I think there's this awareness that this had to go away. It either couldn't come to fruition because there's something else meant for you, or it had to go away so that something else could come in. Because look what we have next. Oh my gosh, you guys. Look what we have next. We have Ace of Coins, which is the Ace of Pentacles. That's a root chakra, solid, tangible beginning, and the Ace of Cups. Right? It's like what I was saying earlier, something, doesn't come to fruition, and you may be like, what the heck? I was working towards, this certain outcome. Well, it may not make sense now, But what you need to understand is that tower happens for a reason. There are things going on behind the scenes beyond what we even, may know or can comprehend, and it may not come to light for a while. So that's what I'm getting from the overall energy. Now I'm going to pull some oracle cards. This is my Fire Sign Vibes Oracle deck, just to see fire, is tied to our sacral chakra, our creation. What vibe, if it could be either a shadow or a vibe that you need to embrace more on your journey to propel you forward with whatever it is you're trying to manifest. Okay, that's interesting. So we got both Aries cards. So if you're an Aries, that this may be even more of an insightful message for you. You don't have to be an Aries. But these are both the shadow cards for Aries. This is temperamental and this is competitive. What I'm getting with this is that, you may be extremely, frustrated and in a negative mindset because things aren't going the way that, according to your plan, right? You may have thought, well, by now I'm supposed to, I should have been in a relationship by now. Why isn't my business taking off? Why hasn't, this opportunity come in yet? And so you're getting frustrated and you're building, you're putting your energy into negative emotions versus gratitude. Okay. Also, the competitive energy could be comparing yourself to others, right? And so that's what, this one really stands out for me, because that's what I was, if you watched the beginning of the video, when I was kind of given an update on where I was and in the areas where I was stagnant, is I was trying, I was comparing myself to others, to other readers out there, the ones that have the hundreds of thousands, of followers, and thinking, okay, why don't I have that? I'm gonna go try to do what they're doing, and what they're doing, doesn't work for me. And it actually, it stopped me from even enjoying what I was doing, and it also was blocking the flow because I wasn't getting as much engagement, and it's like the purpose wasn't there, right? I was just doing it out of an obligation, or what I thought I was supposed to be doing, because I was competitive and comparing myself to others, and it was about winning, oh, I'm going to win more followers, or I'm going to get this or that. No, that's not the right mindset. The right mindset is gratitude for what you have, and actually just going back to the basics, right? So, a dear friend had said to me one time, and he was so spot on. He said, comparison is a thief of joy. And it really is. So if you're in this lack mentality and frustration and why aren't things happening, versus giving gratitude for what you do have in the moment, that's going to block the flow. So that's what they wanted me to say there. Let's see here, guys. I'm going to let's pull from this deck here. Okay. So we've got singing and dancing. Express yourself and awaken your psychic senses through the magical power of music and movement. So this is a great way to, have an outlet for that creative energy. I do find that when I do a dance exercise workout, Swerk is the one that I love to do around here. That's when I do have a lot of ideas come to me. I have a lot of epiphanies, a lot of realizations. So if you're feeling stuck and stagnant, let's say you're a writer and you're just like, oh my God, I can't, I don't know what I'm going to do with the next thing, or I don't know, I need to, this new project I'm working on, and I don't know what to do next. Sometimes, again, you can't force something. Forcing is, when you're in flow, that's when stuff really comes to you. So take a break, take a step back, and, if you don't have like a Zumba or a hip hop dance workout you can do, just put on some music at home and dance around and just let go. And you'd be surprised sometimes how that can open up that sacral chakra, and really you start having ideas flow and come to you. So we have Earth Angel. You are a light worker who has come to Earth to teach about love. So what I'm getting is, this is confirmation that you do have gifts that, you should be sharing with the world. But you need to focus on, if it's not something that you enjoy doing, then I think, you're doing something wrong, right? If you're given a gift, whatever it is it writing? Is it speaking? Is it dancing? Is it, if it's doing the tarot cards, Reiki? If you feel like you're having to force yourself to do what you're doing and you're not passionate about it, there's something off there, right? You might just need to take a break. Sometimes that happens. We get burnout. But you might be finding that you're trying to force it or trying to go about it in a way that is not authentic. We also have books. Your life purpose involves writing, reading, editing, or selling spiritually based books. I love it. So for some of you, this may be confirmation that, let's say you have written something and it's not getting any attention right now. Again, it's one of those things that, don't beat yourself up, because you may very well, you have planted seeds. You haven't seen the things come to fruition yet. That doesn't mean it's not going to, right? If you're passionate about it, if you were called to do it, if you're proud of it, if it feels good, it's like, it feels authentic. It might be crickets for, like I said, I rushed and got my website done, and I, of the 10 decks, I think I have 10 now that I've created. The vast majority of them were in 2021, and I didn't really sell that many. And now all of a sudden, now I've got all this inventory, right? I'm like, why do I have all this inventory? Now I've got things that are coming, doors that are opening. So it takes time. So just because it takes time sometimes, that's what we have to understand. It's just, doesn't mean it's not going to happen. There are reasons why it hasn't happened yet. So you have to open yourself up more to trusting, which I know is hard in these situations, but it really, just letting go of attachment to a specific result at a specific time in a specific manner. Some of the things, like I said, I'm just so mind blown, where I was like, oh my God, like, I can't believe that, people aren't getting back to me, and I don't understand, why am I not, this event, I'm trying to get myself out there. Well, no, it just wasn't the right time or the right situation. And now that I've backed off and gotten more in flow, I'm having things come to me. So hopefully that makes sense. And hopefully the Amazon person stops ringing the doorbell. Let's see, guys. I'm going to pull some more cards. Yeah, let's look at the Sacred Power reading cards. I just love the name of these, and the artwork is so beautiful in these. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know about where you're heading, purpose. If you're feeling stagnant, what do they want you to know? Compassion. So I love this. This to me is, again, just about opening yourself up to flow. Have compassion for yourself. Have compassion for yourself that you are doing everything, for a reason, even if you don't know or see the results yet. Have compassion for others. This goes back to the competitive, right? These are totally different vibes, right? Having compassion for others, and I'm getting to, like, walking away, not engaging in lower vibrational behavior, not, drama. I'm just seeing, like, you can have compassion for somebody, but don't let them jeopardize your inner peace, right? If you need to go in hermit mode and set up that shield and just be like, nope, I'm doing my own thing. Look, I love how she's got the flower here, right at, like, her sacral and solar plexus area, and she's just tapped in and tuned into herself, right? That to me is like that sanctity. You can have compassion for others without engaging in the conflict or their drama. So this to me could be about setting some boundaries with people too. All right, let's see what else we've got. We've got, these are the Soulful Woman guidebook. I haven't used these in a while. Appreciation. Appreciating the good that exists in my here and now expands my awareness to all that is good in the universe. So this is going to that, she's holding a dove, that peace, that inner peace, and focusing on the now, right? Appreciating and having compassion for yourself in this moment. You know, you may not, it's like, when is this going to happen? When is that going to happen? Getting temperamental isn't giving gratitude for the current moment. So that's, you know, going to block the flow and block the progress of things happening. Let's see, guys. I'm going to pull a treasure trove. This is a career and finances card deck from Mystic Moon. Whoa, those just flew out. We're just going to take them all. So we got 3 of Wands, payoff rewards on the horizon. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, guys. 3 of Wands came out in the Chakra cards. And she has, let me see how she does this. I'm just trying to see if she's got different colors. Yeah, she does have different colors. Oh, I guess it's just for the suits. But it's funny because it's orange. Like the text is orange, which is like the sacral. But we got the 3 of Wands earlier. Payoff rewards on the horizon. Like, again, if you haven't seen it come to fruition yet, just know, you know, you've put things in motion. And if you haven't been doing that, you know, now's the time. You know, just, you can take small steps, baby steps, and get your, you know, set your intentions out there. But the 3 of Wands too is about taking that action. The 2 of Wands we had, it's like thinking about it. Now it's like, all right, take the steps you're guided to take, even if you don't know how it's going to come to fruition or when. 7 of Wands is the pushing through, holding your own. This to me is like perseverance. The 7 of Wands, it's like keeping your eye on the target, knowing that, you know, and having the strength, right? We've got the leader, right? Owning your power. This is just the perseverance, just stay strong. Again, you may not see results. You know, it could be months or years, months or years before you understand, oh my gosh, that's why I was supposed to do that. That led me to this, which led me to this, which led me to this. And at the time, you're just like, you feel like, when is, you know, this is never going to come to fruition. But it takes time, you know, for crops to grow, right? We also have the Death card, which is transformation, inevitable change, blessing in disguise. That's exactly what I was saying earlier. The blessing in disguise of why something didn't happen, and you're like so frustrated, right? Don't get frustrated. Just, you know, kind of chuckle and say, all right, this door, you know, shut, or it didn't open at all. It's a blessing in disguise. I'm being redirected to something else. There's something else better coming in. And just anchor that knowing and that appreciation and that joy, right? That things aren't happening because it's not in your highest and greatest good. Even if it seems like, gosh, this is an amazing opportunity. I really, really want this. This is going to be so great. Well, maybe it just gives you an idea of what it is like that you need to, you know, set your sights on, right? That might not be the right time or the right moment, but it gives you a goal to work towards. So all these things, you know, it makes sense eventually. It just takes time. So what I'm hearing as our favorite word, the dreaded P word, is to have patience. To have patience in the process, and just keep taking the steps that you're guided to take, even if you don't understand why that's happening, right? Let's see. I'm going to use the Priestess of Light. These are really cool cards. I haven't used these in a while. I'm just going to do a few more messages here. Courage, strength, fierceness, family. So again, we got strength twice. This is about the courage. This is about letting go of your fears. Some of you may have fears tied to family issues about, you know, pursuing some sort of a spiritual purpose. What will people think of me? Will my family understand? This is confirmation that, you need to have the courage, and you've got the strength of the divine, right? This lion is like on her crown, like supporting you. If you are given spiritual gifts, there's a reason. If you're feeling called to pursue something, right? You're doing that for a reason. And it may not be easy, right? I mean, certainly, when I first awakened, understand, like some people in my family, they were concerned because I was changing in a good way, but they were like worried I was in a cult or something like that, and some people, there was kind of a, some people come into your life like soul family, and others fall away. But I have to say too, though, now, like, my parents and I are closer than we've ever been, right? Because the more I've just maintained my authenticity and just embodied joy and anchored joy, it's raised them up too, and others in my family I've grown closer to, and so to me it's just like, this is like, just stay strong, and know that if you are having issues with your family, if you speak out and speak your truth, that you do have soul family that's supporting you also. All right, guys, just a few more. I think I'm going to end here with a goddess guidance card. Mother Mary, expect a miracle. Have faith, your prayers have been heard and are being answered. So again, this is, you may not know how or when something is going to come to fruition, but just know that if you're doing the work and you're living from a place of, joy and gratitude and authenticity, and just, I know I'm supposed to do this, whatever this is, and trusting that it's, doors are going to open, and just being in that flow. This is literally, I mean, your prayers are being answered. And sometimes, though, with that Tower card, again, the unanswered prayers, it's like the Garth Brooks song. You've got to thank them. It's like, yeah, you have a desired outcome for, at the end of the line for whatever this is, right? Be it a business venture, be it that relationship. But you think your path to get to there, right? You think it's here, straight on, and you don't understand why you're redirected. Why does spirit keep redirecting you around and around and around when you think you see the straight line to get there? But if you look back on so many aspects of your journey, right, you start to realize, oh my gosh, if that, had I not met this person, or had I not had this happen, then this wouldn't have happened, and this wouldn't have happened. So it's really a process of surrender, letting go, and trusting. And again, if you're feeling stuck and you're feeling stagnant and you're not enjoying, your life, there's probably something you're suppressing, like a spiritual gift, something, passion, just get out and get in nature, or like the card said earlier, sing and dance and move, and you may start having epiphanies come to you. You can also write, do freeform writing, and see what comes out. And just know that if you're trying to force something, if something's not working, you can't force it. It's just not the right time. You need to let go and then see what comes in your way. So hopefully that was helpful. I would love to schedule a session with you one-on-one if you're interested in that. That information is available down at my website below. Take care, guys.